nails like chisels cutting stone. Shingadev is everywhere, in the heart and outside too. O source of all, O great refuge, let me surrender unto you. All glories to Nrsimhadev, Prahlad finds joy in you alone. You killed Hiranyakashipu, your nails like chisels cutting stone. Beauty of your lotus feet, each wondrous nail sharp as a sword. The wasp Hiranyakashipu was ripped apart by these my lord. All glories to Nrsimhadev, Prahlad finds joy in you alone. You killed Hiranyakashipu, your nails like chisels cutting stone. O Keshava, Lord Hare, all glories to this form sublime, half man, half lion, God of all. You rule the world through endless time. All glories to Nrsimhadev, Prahlad finds joy in you alone. You killed Hiranyakashipu, your nails like chisels cutting stone.
to remember that what the goal is. It doesn't have to be so complicated. Thank you all.
Our family of devotees is there. It's just like this. It doesn't take any time at all to get related again, because our center is Krishna and our service to Krishna. And I was also been thinking lately about how, or one thing that came through with the reading was you hear the reading and it seems to be negative in one way. Like a lot of times we're talking about how negative material life is, and I can almost kind of see my body language and like a heaviness, and almost kind of got a little sleep. I mean, I can see where I'm confronted by that in the scriptures, the part that says, because I guess my attachment to sense gratification, when I hear how sense gratification is wrong, and this world is temporary, and sex is bad and everything, I get confronted, and then I thought it was kind of like, and it just made me think about how trying again to figure out the positive aspect of our philosophy is actually the higher realization. Not that you can have both and experience the highest when you're still attached to the lowest, but how at least not to be so confronted that you give up the process. That you're conscious what the highest is, and that you're striving for that. And then when we ended up with Kirtan, I was thinking, hey, just like you were saying, it's not that difficult of a situation. It's not that difficult or complicated. You take to the chanting, the lower things naturally go away, and it just, the lower things they don't exist anymore, and it just becomes easy. It's just, if you concentrate on what you can do, and not be so discouraged and frustrated that you give up or feel frustrated, and don't take on anything, because there's so much that we can accomplish if we're not afraid to try, and Krishna will help us do some wonderful things. But sometimes we just get discouraged, and next thing you know, the day goes by, and we haven't done anything because we were afraid we couldn't do the highest or whatever, and that's kind of Maya's trick. So that's kind of what I was thinking about. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Chinese calendar.
Yeah.
The reason we get all inspired here, there's a original need. We are, by the grace of Guru, we get an understanding of our position, this need that we have. This need is actually our hankering for Krishna, and our deep, intense desires for everything, company, association, love. It actually originally centered in Krishna. The spiritual master helps us, he reminds us that Krishna is the center. Krishna is the object of all this, of his desires, intense need for relationship, and the only object that can satisfy the intensity of our love. And so these little gatherings, they give us a taste of that. Of associating with Krishna and his devotees. These gatherings are inspired by the devotees and Guru. So the relief and satisfaction that we feel in these gatherings and association times like this give us a taste of the full nectar. Now there's a verse. These gatherings give us a taste of that full nectar for which we're always anxious. What you've done, you said that. all these other issues, they all come and go. This one, someone's fat, someone's can't cope with his body, someone's off having sex. They're just issues, they're nothing. They're like acid gas, they're no more important than acid gas. Comes and goes, you know, the only thing that keeps us, the only life, you know, in our lives is just this, our contact with Krishna, by the grace of the Pure Life. Our old contact, whatever Krishna consciousness has been awakened, just by the grace of the devotee, you know, the spiritual master. He makes an effort to preach, and one way or another, someone gets a book because he wanted some incense, he went to a store and somebody left a book on the counter or something. You go buy the book, and then next thing you know, you have your connection with Krishna. You have a little drop of a taste. That's all our time here is worth. Whatever contact, whatever connections, whatever Krishna conscious connection we can reawaken or are blessed with. And everything else is, you know, not to be too, what's it, I don't know, infatuated, absorbed in bodily conditions of life. They're too temporary. Like, just like the verse I was reading was like, oh, we're going around for sex, and then in the day we're going around for money, make money, and then have some higher standard. We buy a fancier guitar, we have a better car, this and that. You know, we just go, of course, devotee's a little different. We buy a car that somehow or other is a little purified by our acts of devotional service, you know. Mm-hmm. Or we may need an instrument, or we buy things, we're involved in things, buy some furniture and things to make a, how you say, it's like Krishna's paraphernalia. The devotees have the toting right. You know, they get to use some of Krishna's stuff, almost in a little more, without the excessive material attachment, you know. So, these little gatherings are always good for me, you know.